unbelievable, and it takes so much out of me. It's more than I thought it would do.
What do you mean, like angelic blessing for who? Who do you mean?
I've given it to Sarah's had it, Alicia's had it, and Sophie's had it. Alicia and Sarah say it's unbelievable, but it takes all the codes out, takes all the cords out, takes all the codes out, takes all the past life problems out, and then you got to mirror them so they don't come back. So the other side enforces the contract, cannot see them. No, I did that because you said it wasn't possible, so I had to prove you wrong. Ralph showed me how to do it, but it takes 2 hours. I'm doing it at 4 o'clock in the morning till 6.
Well, I'll have to see if it comes back. So it might be temporary.
It won't come back.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. 100%. I know what they've used. They've used something a bit unique, actually. I've never seen. But part of the blessing, I'll show you to tell you, part of it is a portal that's created at the foot. And the portal created at the head. And the angelic sea goes from the head through the person to the other portal and goes back.
So like it's a complete body cleansing, then, isn't it? Is it a removal of everything? Is that what it is?
And there's 4 items. The first one is frying all the entities and all the past lives and everything, and that's got to be like a silver angelic cord. It's got to be wrapped, and then different energies have got to be put. What was weird is we did rainbow energy, and Anken mentioned it 2 days ago, and I thought, I didn't know anyone knew that you could use rainbow energy. But the others in the group, the ones I've done it, I've already sent what I did, and it did have rainbow energy on. So it's a bit weird how this has come up all of a sudden.
Interesting.
That's one. That's A. B is the blessing. C is coding the brain, and that is setting the subconscious to the back of the entry point for the back of your neck, and then the middle part of it controls everything, and having it like a triangle thing to link it all up. So they should become more psychic afterwards and more into it. And then the fourth one, the invisibility, it is like an invisibility cloak, basically. But it takes 2 hours. So I'm doing it. I'm telling you 5 minutes. It's not like it's just so, and I'm exhausted at the end. It's weird.
It's interesting. So is it a visualization, or is it something that you are actually doing yourself?
I'm doing it, and then Raphael. Sometimes I'm changing into Raphael sort of thing. Like when the water seas going through from one port to the other, I'm actually holding the person's shoulder as well. So it's like a double whammy, if you know what I mean. Also, you've got to create like an energy vortex around to keep it flowing from A to B, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you'd need that. You'd need that just to keep the vibration stable. Otherwise, you'd lose it. It'd go all over you.
It'd go all over my house. Yeah, house would be blown. People queuing up to go to church or something.
Exactly. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to go through that in detail. Yeah. So we'll see. Who did you do it for? Eliza? Who else?
Sarah, Alicia.
Yeah.
And Sophie.
And Sophie as well.
If you look back,
Sunday
afternoon, Sarah has 2 comments that describes how she feels. She feels like, and she actually says that I'm the real deal. And Alicia's given me a 9-minute, one of your, I actually say to her, you like Nilesh? A 9-minute conversation. It's not like a minute or 5 seconds, it's a 9-minute conversation. Imagine writing that down.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be an essay. That's why 9 minutes is easy. Voicemails are so much more easier than that, seriously. It's like so much more easy. You can say much more in 9 minutes. You say much more in 1 minute than you can write it down, unless you're super fast, you know.
I used to go to
text typer.
College, so I could write a page in about 2 minutes, but it wouldn't be written very well.
I'm going to say, what about typing? I'm
going to type it.
Text typing on your phone.
But I could nearly enough read a full A4 sheet in 2 minutes, because the old way, they used to just come up and just speak, didn't they? And you had to write while they were speaking, so you had to be rapid. And I think my daughter said, why is it that you're writing on an angle here, and it's quite scruffy, and then you're writing dead straight and neat. I says, well, my dead straight and neat takes 3 times longer to write than the angle, because someone's talking to me. Yeah. I've got to be rapid.
Yeah.
But understanding it sometimes can be a bit difficult. Reading your own writing.
Yeah. I think eventually, when I was in university, what we used to do is just get a tape recorder and put it on the professor's desk, and then he or she'd be talking, and because we used to have 3-hour lectures. 3-hour lectures. It's a long time to be writing and concentrating for 3 hours. So in the end, we just recorded it. It's easier.
What I did once, I went to see Man United in the FA Cup final against Brighton. That's how old I am. And we beat 4-0, but I got home at 4 o'clock in the morning drunk. I had an exam at college. This was the college time at 9 o'clock. So I started revising when I got home. Did the exam. 10 minutes before, I had to clock one of the teachers or lecturers, and I say, I'm having a nap. I've done it. I've done the paper now. I need a sleep.
Brilliant. I love it. We used to do that. Where I was at university in my student days, we used to have a swimming pool literally next door to us. And so, like, what we used to do, we used to go on a mad drinking sesh, and it normally included just vodka because it was cheap.
We had a sports centre. We used to do that.
Yeah, and then we used to go for a swim, like just to sober up, because it worked. It worked really, really well. If you were leathered and you woke up with a hangover the next day, like all 6 of us pile into the swimming pool, just whack out a few lengths, and you felt really, really refreshed. Felt really good afterwards. More alive. Great cure for hangover.
Someone in the group who was drunk was sick on the paper. And he passed. I don't know how he marked that.
That's a classic.
But he passed. I can't believe he passed.
Wow.
Was that a carrot or was that an A? Yeah.
He exploited, seriously. How's things going? How's the energy things for you? How was the solar eclipse?
I was a bit down today, funny enough.
Yeah, I know. I was speaking to someone who was saying that.
Quite a few are. I don't think Sarah or Alicia will be down. They've had the blessing, but it's funny. I was down and I thought, I'm going to try and get a bit of a blessing on myself. Everyone else is getting it. Why can't I have one? But exactly. I only did a bit. It's dead hard when it's yourself doing it. It's a bit complex. Yeah. Merlin's out a bit since the dragons have been out. I haven't seen him out before. Yeah, I've had people talk about him and everything. I've had loads talk about him. But it's the first time he's come out. And the woman who's called the Dragon Lady is someone I known 10 years ago. She's like a high priestess of a coven, a witch's coven. And she is called the Dragon Lady or Dragon Lord, and she's got loads of dragons. And she said that one of her dragons had a word with one of mine, my guardian one. Can you make sure Merlin doesn't blast this thing down? I remember doing it, blast it down too hard because it created a lot of energy, and it scared them a bit. So she said I was laughing there. How come one dragon told him? It's a bit weird.
Yeah, they are pretty impressive. The dragons are. They're very powerful. So yeah, they don't belong to anyone. They might just kin with you for a period of time, but they don't. I mean, I know my dragon doesn't. He does not belong to me, and I do not belong to him. But we share a similar vibration. So yeah, it's very cool. But it changes.
Mine known since day one. He's been there all the time, but he's connected to me Merlin side. But the shape-shifting dragon, he's a human and a dragon. And Merlin created that in Merlin times, if you know what I mean. So when we have a life, we're always linked, if you know what I mean. But the only problem with it is if I tell him to kill someone, he will do it. They would die or maim someone. So as a kid, I was a little bit vicious with that little bit, that part. I've had to control myself.
It's all right. The solar eclipse was interesting. I felt the energies from that. It was really quite powerful.
Did you like me in the old garage? In the circle?
Yeah, I did see that, yeah.
You know, we were playing drums, singing, dancing, and people walking by video, and I was thinking, I think we're right now, don't we?
I have no idea. I have
Mm.
no idea what it's like. They have no idea what it's like. So,
But it's quite fun.
Are you turning up to a Lizard's get together then? Are you coming? Because you're not far.
I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it.
I'm gonna say you should.
I had a girlfriend in Edinburgh, near Perth, and I used to go the second week for 9 months. I went quite. My miles went bloody. It cost me a fortune that year in petrol.
Yeah, I'll bet. How far is it from Manchester? How far is it from Manchester?
Yeah, there was one day. Because I can program my mind and everything like that, and I didn't have any sleep from Monday till Friday. All right, didn't have any sleep. I think I had a couple of 10-minute cat naps, and I thought, well, finish the job. I've got it all out. Should I just drive to Edinburgh? I'll drive to Edinburgh and have a nap. So as I'm going there, yeah, I saw Carlisle and I thought, God, I've made it. And then I fell asleep. And when I woke up, there was an heavy goods vehicle in the fast lane, and I think he'd gone in the fast lane, think he was going to stop me because I was driving in the middle central reservation for about 3 or 4 miles. I couldn't get out of my car when I arrived. Oh. And then I quickly thought, shit, no cameras. And I just undertook him and just shut off. But I couldn't get out of my car. So.
Well, why not? Too tired.
Because the middle central station had been scratching the side of it for 3 miles. I couldn't even open the door. So, well, that was life.
That was dangerous as hell. They were really lucky. Really lucky didn't crash.
No, not lucky. The guys were driving.
Yeah. Well,
they didn't drive very well, though. I did tell them off.
I'm going to say this. The scratch up the car, so I don't know, saved your life, I suppose. It's not a bad thing. Yeah.
The biggest life save I've ever had.
Yeah.
I slowed time. Literally slowed it.
Yeah, I can do that.
I was going. I could have had a cup of tea in the time. I was taking off from some traffic lights, and it was up an hill. It was a new bridge repairs, and this 7.5 tonner doing about 60 miles an hour hit the car next to me. It hit another car, but his back end cut my roof off, and the police were trying to do me because they said, because you're alive, you mustn't have been wearing a seatbelt. So I said, what, you doing me because I'm alive? I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, I don't care. If I was wearing one. But I think I still survived because I did. Everything went it went dead fast, and all of a sudden it went slow. As it's coming through, put my head out the way. I did get a few cuts, and it all speeded up again. It was very weird. Very weird.
Very cool. I like it. Saved your life.
Yeah,
again, seriously, you keep having close calls you do in this lifetime.
Yeah. No, not really. I controlled it. They were after me. They were going for me. Someone put a note. When you get notes, and someone said, what do you think of reptilians? So I said I could only eat one a week because I think because they probably don't taste very nice because they're very low frequency. How have you liked them? Some people did the old every being's got its, and I think no, you're mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Some reptilians are good, yeah, but majority aren't.
Exactly, yeah. There's always fractions in each and every race. Good and good and bad. They're human 3D terms, light and dark, so, and varying degrees on that spectrum. So
there won't be many brilliantly good ones.
No, and even some of the light ones have still got their heart blocked. Not as much, but it's still there. The ones that are really blocked are the ones who are just sadists. You can just tell the ones who just treat human beings like animals, like their flesh. And, yeah, very much.
Did you see that Alicia message? Do you get the message?
One?
The one that just went by then?
No. I'll cut it out for the Zoom because otherwise it'll be pinging all the time. So yeah, I'll cut it out for the Zoom. So you'll get them by then. So yeah, the solar eclipse is good, man. Brought up some stuff, but then I'm going through stuff with humanity. So and I've been here a long time, 3D. So, but yeah, it's good. It's good.
You should have gone to the underworld with me and Miguel.
Is that where you guys went?
We went there to try and save Charles. Given it, I told him before, he's not savable. He's not.
Save who?
There was a bloke that Rachel wanted to say. He had very, very spiritual inside, but with demonic stuff inside as well. But they're controlling him. And I had already said, look, I think I've seen his eyes. He's gone. We got no chance. But they all said, let's have a go. I said, well, I'll tell you what, we'll take him to the underworld and get blessed in the healing sea. And when I got there, I was holding Charles on the left, and Miguel was on the right, and he had wings on, which was quite, well, that's nice. And we did an healing thing, and most of it got cleaned, but the darkest entity was still around. We couldn't get rid of him, so I even fought. I fought one in the night and killed it, but the thing that was controlling him had sent him in. You get what I mean? Because as soon as I said I would be fighting him at 4, as soon as I went to bed, someone was fighting me then, and it was before I was in the zone. So I was a bit weak, but luckily I had my crystal ball, so I zapped the energy out of him using my crystal ball. But that was he'd sent someone in to sort me out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They do that sometimes.
Well, they won't be prepared for you, and don't forget, some of these have got contracts, so they're here to fulfill. So, although you're right, in regards to, the fact that you will be able to be ready to a certain extent, or try, as you both and Miguel have done, but you seem to forget their contracts. So, I still think that although
full contracts, I think he's got a choice, and I think he's chose wrong. And
no, not necessarily.
The problem I told everyone on the messenger that I was going to sort him out at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, who else would notice that? The thing I'm going to sort out at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Everyone will notice it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, they already knew what was happening, so they thought, we'll get him 4 hours early.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Be interesting to see if that blessing works. I'll be interested to see if that actually does clear the contracts, because I don't think it will, Raph.
I think it will.
I think it's temporary.
Raphael told me. Yes,
I don't care what Raph told you. There are some things. There are some things that cannot be broken, Raph.
Right. There's a contract enforcer. Yeah. Who puts them back on?
The contract enforcer is the person that made the contract themselves, and if agreed to it, there are some things that can't be broken. So,
if you can mirror the person's energy from the contract enforcer, how's he going to put it on?
Yeah, but that's illusionary. That's magic. It doesn't work that way. This is vibration. You can't fool vibration. So we'll see.
Some have said, how do we do it? And I daren't say, because they might find a way of breaking it, like they normally do. But Ralph did all that. Ralph did it.
Yeah. Well,
contract breaker.
I don't think it's going to work, because I think there are some things that are set. They're set. You can't. No matter how hard you try, you're set with it. Vibration's different than mirrors within mirrors. You know that.
I think it's doable.
I know you do. You like pushing the boundaries.
That's why I took 2 hours doing it. What I was thinking of doing something else.
Was it Alyssa you did it with, or Eliza? Who was it?
Eliza. I don't know how you think.
Eliza.
And I did it with Sarah. But what I was going to do,
you've not broken her contracts. You're not breaking her contracts. I can tap into it right now. You ain't breaking them. They're still there.
What I was going to do, I was going to put, I've only done this on once, I was going to do a double bubble. And what happens is, when the spirit goes into the first bubble, it traps them in between. And then grounds them. I think I'd get in trouble doing that one. I did it on someone who was getting attacked a lot, and so I said, "Can you stop them attacking me?" I said, "No, I've got a better idea," and it's like a double layer. So what happens is they think is a shield protecting them. They go through the shield that protects them, but it's a double shield, and that this one is like a vacuum around them, and it grounds them. It's like a trap.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like a vacuum between the two. Another layer.
But it's a deliberate trap that grounds them into a lower dimension.
Oh, nice. It's very clever, Raph. I like that. Very clever.
Yeah. It's good because they think they've got away with it. They think, oh, I've got rid of it. I've got through the shield.
Yeah, I've got in.
I've set a trap up for you.
That's interesting. Yeah. Is it just today that you've been feeling a little bit low then, or is it just, has it been going on?
A bit low. Everything it was like a collective things to get at me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm also thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of linking Sophie to a better guardian. Now I've done that in the past with people, and I don't know whether to do it with an angelic, Ariel, or someone like that, or even do it to Source. But then Source might not be happy with it. I'm thinking which one at the moment, so because I think she should wait in a bit more.
I don't think she'll be able to handle Source. I think she's not there for that yet. But if you link her to another angel, I think that would work pretty well. She needs to get. It's stepping stones. She's been with Ariel for some time. I think she needs something a bit different. But she doing any of the work though, Ra? Because I don't think she is.
Yeah, I mean a guardian, not just a link, but someone actually is all around her all the time who's waking her up basically, who's helping her. Yeah, I don't think they're working very well. Yeah, it was one. What I did once, I sacked the guardian that this person have, and got a grandmother to be the guardian. Miles better. Some guardians can be overpowering. They can be like jealous, and they could be like in love with the person, and you don't want someone like that. You want someone that's a bit fair. You normally have two guardians. One's like one way, one's the other way. It's like a balance. But if one of them is too powerful, then you've got a problem. It depends what they're like. You're getting them then.
I think Ariel would be a good one. Tapping into it now, I think that'll be just right for her, because Ariel will guide slowly, gently with her, and like she needs that. She needs a little bit of like gentle nudge, push in this direction. So yeah, I think that would be a better guardian for her for sure.
I'm telling you, Sophie once had a cord. I kept on disconnecting it, and it kept on growing back. And in the end, I've done a couple of things. One, I followed the cord and killed whatever was on the other side, which I'll probably get done for. And then what I did, it still grew back. And so what I did, I joined two cords together. So two inputs, I actually joined them as though they're just going back. So
I love how you're the system hacker. It makes me fun. It makes me laugh. But she could do this stuff herself. She just needs to practice a bit more, doesn't she? She needs to just try a bit more.
I think she needs a bit of help doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the group's helping her a tremendous amount. You know, like all of the knowledge and, you know, the wisdom and all of the experience that's been passed around and shared. I think it's really, really good. It's a really good group. But it's only a few of them. I've noticed there's only a few of them that always are like involved in the conversation or keep up with it. Many of the others don't. You've got quite a lot. How many have you got now? 50, 60?
Nearly 50.
Nearly 50, yeah. It's a lot for a group.
When I have private conversation with Miguel, sometimes I like to say, can you answer it in a simple English method? Because whoever taught him, that's not university, that's like above masters, that's the lecturer speaking there.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a church that's done, but what gets me isn't, it's not even English. Yeah, he makes our English look.
Yeah, I know. Don't forget he's a fractal of Meti as well, though. So Meti does talk. He can do both. He can talk very much in detail and content, and then he can also be very simple with his messages. It just depends on which one you like. Some people like detail, they want content, and other people like the simplicity. So he's the detailed version. I'm the simplistic version.
Well, look, I got a degree in business studies.
Yeah.
My daughter got a degree in a master's in social work, and I helped on that. And when I
Nice.
look at his words, I've got to check some of the words, and I thought I knew all the complex words. Some of them quite nice. I thought, that mean? And I've got to actually Google a word. I haven't done that since I was about 6.
He's very well read, is Miguel. He knows his stuff. He's very, very, very clever with it.
He could
very
write a book, but people probably won't like it because they won't understand it.
Easily, yeah, easily.
But
yeah, he could.
No one will understand it because we're not that clever.
Yeah, I can remember the first book I read that was like that. That was Salman Rushdie. When I read that book, I was like, what? Like the first chapter, I was like, no, there's too many words in there that I need to look in the dictionary for. I can't read that. And then I left it. I think it was about 10 years, something like 10 years, 15 years. And then I picked it back up and I could understand it then. It only took 10, 15 years.
When I first met Sophie, she used to say such and such, and I used to reply. And she used to say, oh, you've seen such and such? I said, no. And she couldn't work out. Yeah. I say, I don't Google them, I don't watch them, I just know. I've got the know on it. Yeah. And she couldn't work out. And I said, it's past lives. I've opened them. I've got access to my past lives, and they know the knowledge. So why do I need to Google it when it's half rubbish anyway?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's interesting.
The best book I've ever had is here. It's the only one I really look at now and again. And that's that one.
What's it called? Magic Ancient Wisdom.
And Ancient Wisdom by someone. Cassandra Easton.
I've heard of that book.
Quite clever then.
Yeah. I've heard of that book. I don't have it, but I've heard of
it. She knows a bit basically. Yeah. And I got a book this morning today. The book of Enoch, I think, or or whatever it is.
Book of who?
Find it.
Book of who? Eli, did you say?
Enoch, the one about the Angelics.
Oh, Enoch, is that what you mean?
That's the one.
Oh, you mean my book? Is that what you're talking about?
What?
You mean my book?
It's about tongue language, so it might be mine as well. Because a lot of it is to do with angelics and tongue language, and I thought, wow, I wouldn't mind reading up on what I do. I don't know what I did with it. Weird, isn't it?
You misplaced it.
Yeah.
My
brain is not bright. Well, it is, but it goes to sleep sometimes.
That's all right. It's called old age, Raph. That's what happens. It's called old age.
I don't go old. I'm 50. Yeah.
How old are you? 62. Jesus Christ.
That's 7 centuries old.
I'm gonna say, aren't you like, a lot older than just 62? Come on.
I used to think I was 200,000 years old, but after seeing Mars, I could be older now.
I think you're way older than that. Come on.
I could be a million years older at least.
Maybe way older than that. Way older than that. Been around for a long time.
That's all I can remember.
It's probably all you want to remember.
You know where it was?
No, where?
Right in front of me.
I love that.
I've been looking for it around the house, and it's right in front of me.
I love it. Who's it written by?
I'm opening it up now. But I'm trying to make. You don't make phones very good, so I'm trying to use my iPad to keep it balanced. It's actually a sealed back. How can you seal a back? Quite clever, that. Never seen that before. All right, let's see. There you go.
Oh yeah, what's it called? Sonic Enoch. Bring it closer. I can't see it. It's too shiny. There's something Enoch. Read it out. Who's it by?
R.H. Charles. I wonder if he's the one I saved the other day.
It'll be interesting to see what R.H. Charles has got to say about Enoch.
Well, what I used to do at weekenders, have I told you this? I might have told you this. I used to be drunk. We used to go on there's another pop-up. We used to go on, it was a weekend, either Southport weekender or Caister weekender. Have you heard of them? Yeah.
I've heard of those places, yeah.
We used to start drinking about 6 o'clock in the evening on the Friday and then finish on Sunday morning.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So we have little breaks every now and again. I used to get the Bible. It was in the chalet, and I used to read out comments from it while I was drunk. But the best one, a bit naughty doing this, and it was actually on BBC Two. A DJ was being interviewed, and he said the funniest thing he'd ever seen was all the power at Southport had gone down. Yeah, and it was November, so it was back -2, and everyone in the chalet had put the Bible in a bonfire in the middle, and we had a bonfire made of Bible. Yeah,
I'm still here. Yeah, I bet a lot of people were not happy about that. Would that be you, Raph, by any chance?
That would be me. So I'm famous, I'm telling. So, yeah. Naughty a bit, I suppose. But as Gabriel once said, and I spoke to him in the healing room, he used to be a friend of mine, and I always wondered why he knew my name. It was a bit off-putting. Is that charging or not? I don't know. He might be charging. If you go away, then it's not charging. And he used to say the Bible was completely man-made.
Yeah, I'd be right about that.
Quite interesting, to be honest.
There were some elements that are right to it, but not all. Yeah.
A Christian once said to me, "How can you justify being a healer? Only Jesus could heal." And I said, in the third chapter in the Bible, it says all man can heal.
That's true.
You're a Christian.
Yeah, exactly.
Said, you read the Bible? I said, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
interesting. That's a good read.
If they went to heaven, they'd know that everyone can heal. And all of the skills that are known in the Bible are with all angelics, not just one.
True. But both the angelics have got different skills, haven't they?
To a certain extent. I just think there's varying degrees on that spectrum, isn't it? That's all it is, isn't
it? The woman in Mars was having steam and water coming out of her wings, which was
that's
quite
that. That's pretty impressive. Yeah,
but I couldn't do it. I've tried.
Need to work on that, Ra.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
But, what's her name? One of the things I always wondered at the meditation, we had to use the swords to create an energy, and I put my hand up, and I could see the sword growing out of my hand, and I thought, wow, is that out? Because I always wondered, where do I keep it? I wouldn't mind bringing it here, but I'm not allowed to mark it. It'd be in another dimension. But it comes out, and one of them said it's part of the DNA of your heart chakra or something like that. And I was thinking, that's interesting. I always wondered that, and the meditation actually showed me how it grew out in my hand. It's quite weird.
Well, it's the same reason why the cube's not here. For that same reason alone. It'd be manipulated, it'd be coveted, it'd be used for nefarious purposes. And it's not required. It's too powerful for it to be here, just like your sword. It's too powerful for it to be here on planet
I wouldn't mind Merlin's staff.
Yeah, again, it's too powerful to be here on planet Earth. It's not safe. You know this. I've got some news.
Yeah.
Found Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No introductions just yet. She's a little bit just coming into her knowing at the moment. But yeah, she's amazing. Really, really impressive. Yeah.
Is it a fractal or is she angelic soul?
Fractal, incarnated. Definitely. Yeah.
Miguel's soul's angelic because he wouldn't have been able to go on the underworld to do that job.
Yeah. Well, Fractal of Metatron inside of him, so of course he's angelic.
But I was wondering, is his soul a different soul? You get what I mean?
No,
is he a factual one and a soul of another?
Oh no! See, I see the soul. Like, say if this is the soul, and I kind of feel like there's little fractals of like lots of being that make up the whole soul, not just that. So you can't, if you think you're all a Raph, you're not. You're more than that. Raph is only a small speck of what you are, and then there's all this much that you don't really know. So
me itself, honestly.
Sorry, say again what?
It's me itself. It's Raph.
Yeah, I agree. It is, but there's more to you than just that.
The only reason is he's in charge of the army, so he actually has to be here to make sure the work's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he thinks he thinks the job I do as a human is daft.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and in certain aspects he's right, but then most of the angelics have been tasked with that task, which is to ensure that this happens. So yeah, we're definitely here for that. All of you high vibes. So that'll be Raph, that'll be you, that'll be Uriel, that'll be Gabriel, that'll be Sandalphon, and that'll be Michael. So all of you will be the high vibe archangels. So you will be tasked with the same task that I would have. No different. So
when I was younger, I tell you, I saw Gabriel.
Yeah.
Gabriel knew me by name, and like the way I fired me, it's very, very weird. And he was with Jesus, and I was thinking, I'm not even religious here. And he know my name. That was quite funny.
I love that. Yeah, she was pretty amazing.
What religious people don't realise, their religion's only a few thousand years old. Yeah, we're probably millions of years old.
Yeah.
People would have called us different names before that.
Yes. Yeah? Yes. Many, many different names. This is why when they talk about seraphims and Elohims, and to me it's just all the same but a different vibration. They make the distinction in regards to the shape of the being, the what the being actually is, the essence of the being, but actually the vibration is what really matters. People don't understand that concept, still struggle with it today. It's not about what you see, what you think, or what you believe. It's about the vibration and how that feels. It's only a little bit tweaked from the angelics. It's not that much, but if you tap into it, it's there. So this is why I don't see the difference. To me, it's the same, just a little bit different, just a little bit tweaked. That's all. So, but that's just
another one of my millions of stories.
Yeah.
When I was 12, the RE teacher, for the ones you don't realise, religious education, asked me what religion I am. What do you think I am? I said,
atheist, agnostic.
I said spiritual. So I said spiritual at 12. And he said, or she, I can't remember, that's not a religion. So I said, well, can I be pagan? And he said, no. So I said, well, I don't mind you teaching me into being a druid or a Hindu, but all the rest.
Forget it. Yeah.
I never got on with the teacher after that. I did a picture of Jesus. It took me 12 months.
Yeah.
So I'd done one page in our ebook, and it was just one picture. And that's all I did.
Really? I can remember being in RE classes. It was very interesting when they talked about different religions, and when they came down to Hinduism, it's like all eyes on me, and I was like, oh. And so the teacher would be like asking various questions about the culture. And obviously at that age, because you're obviously very heavily involved in it and you hear it a lot. So yeah, there was a lot of that goes on. But it's interesting because when I went to school, especially like high school, every morning I used to sing hymns from the Bible, and I was the only one that didn't sing because it didn't make sense to me, because obviously I was attached. I was very young at that age, must have been 11 probably, 10, 11, something like that age. And so it seemed very unusual to be singing Christian hymns when obviously, at that time I was practicing Hinduism. because my parents told me I should. And so it just was really weird, you know, singing all these weird hymns. So, but yeah, very joyful though. It's very cool, nice atmosphere. I like the atmosphere.
I think Sophie's family's been. It was a bit like a change every year, something. I think she's been, or they've been, Muslim, Christian, and Hindu. I'm thinking, is it like getting a packet of sweets in the shops?
I think it's like, you know, test it and see, isn't it? It's like, oh. I think it's good. Religion to me is like, the way I've seen it, because I was brought up in one, and I kind of understand, and you get to see other cultures, and you also get to understand what that's like. But to me, it's just following a set of rules, set of belief systems. Because the reason why religion works is because it teaches humanity about how to conduct themselves as a human being. Because some don't know, and some are very lost, and so they need something to, you know, believing, and religion works really, really well for that. Works really, really well.
I think the only thing the biggest thing that's wrong with it, apart from the angelic, you know, the black people who start singing, that is cracking, because that's lifting vibration, that is singing, that is enjoying going to church.
Are you talking about gospel singing? You're talking about gospel singing, aren't you? Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
All the others, I'm sure they'd want to go to sleep.
Yeah. Well,
very
gospel
low
singing
vibe.
always looks incredible to me, and you know, it always looks like a very free, opening, surrendering experience. So yeah,
I could go to that. I won't be that bothered, because they're having fun, and that's what you need, love and fun.
Yeah, definitely.
All the others though, I used to be an healer of a Jesus church. I've told you that one, haven't I?
Yeah.
And I pray, and I said it's a form of begging. There's no chance I'm going to pray, and I'm your healer anyway, and I'm qualified. So
that went down really well. Yeah. I can remember one time one of my friends said to me, I really want to go to church during Christmas time, because obviously it's quite a special time. And so I was like, yeah. She was like, well, I don't want to go by myself. He goes, I'll come with you. Like, you know, I love churches. Churches have an incredible amount of power, because obviously a lot of them are built on ley lines, especially in England.
Hello?
A lot of them
Hello?
Can you hear me?
You froze. Hello?